Go to the beach. We got there.
Hello.
We got the water hole.
Hello, Robbie.
Yeah, like that. Exactly. Konnichiwa. Welcome to the Japan road trip video. But first, did the car really go missing? Did I lose it? Keep watching to find out what happened. Drop a comment to say which thumbnail you got. Also, which one you like. In this video I take a road trip in Japan with friends, Shin and Jamie. I've enabled auto dubbing for this video and all future videos. Hopefully it translates me good. But I'll still translate the subtitles, so they should help make sense of any weird things. It's also going to be a bit of a hybrid video about the trip, plus a couple of items I originally planned to do in separate videos. I may still do that. In short, it's the things that are the most challenging about renting EVs abroad, especially when you don't speak the language. This is why I didn't end up making a video in Taiwan as I hoped to. Anyway, for now, please enjoy the autumn scenery of Japan's mountains. Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
So Shin, where are we going?
Going to this way. And I am there, and not the other one is around there.
Go to the beach. A kind of beach, you say? Where's the beach? Ta-da! Huh? Dun dun dun. Found a hanging tree. Huh? There be a hole. You can tell the river from the watercolour. Oh. What's it today? It's white.
I don't know, but it says you cannot see it now.
Oh.
Anymore. It used to be.
Right, so you can tell the river from the water, but you can't see the water. That's a paradox. Onwards. We have a bear to find. Beach is found. We are progressing. We're almost to the point we fall off the map.
You ready?
Why have we got a cone here? Why, oh why? Danger of falling cones. Oh. Cars, not cones. I think people should really just pick up their stuff and take it home, eh? Like, just pick it up and like take it away. Still no bears. No sign of bears.
No bears. No bears.
No.
So far, I don't like bears.
Do you think there's bears in the tunnel?
Hope not.
Let's see if we can stroke a bear. Give it a pat on the head and a little tickle under the chin. Every mountain hike should be like this. Flat.
Really?
Yeah.
Then it is not a mountain then.
We had the wrong kind of beach. It's a beach tree. Doing a road trip, but sadly not electric, so not going to feature much of that. So yeah, a little bit about renting electrics when overseas. It's a little bit, can be tricky in some countries. So places like Europe, North America, even New Zealand, it's pretty possible. Sometimes it's pay a premium. Here in Japan, yes, it was possible. Unfortunately, there was nothing at the airport. It was all in Tokyo city centre, and that just meant extra time and going the wrong way for the trip with my friends and I. So yeah, it's kind of tricky because there's less options. Also here in Japan, not every rental company will rent to someone who's not Japanese as well. So that's another restriction and made it a little bit challenging, but mainly it was just cost, which is really sad because, as you can see, Japan does have infrastructure. I will do another video in future showing about planning for trips in other countries, but yeah, it can be a little bit challenging at times. The next problem is charging apps for the chargers. So like these, you need the app to activate. So what I found on travels in Thailand before is it's a little bit tricky because some apps, especially on Google Play, it's set to a certain country, and yes, you can change it, but then you can't change it back to your home country afterwards, or the next country you're going to, which is just a pain. So yeah, trying to get some of the apps can be a pain. You often have to sideload them from, if you're on Android, from other sources. If you're on Apple, then you're kind of screwed because you can't sideload. And that's where importance of tap and go comes from, really, where you can just use your credit card, pay a casual fee. Yeah, you pay more than you would do through an app, but no registration, foreign card okay. It's a lot easier when you're not in your home country, or you mainly charge from home and you're not traveling much. So, but yeah, otherwise this is a really good location. There's a bit of a walking trail over here. I'll walk to the next train station and come back, which is quite efficient. And so yeah, this is a perfect place for type 1. This one's type 1, can be type 2. Perfect place for 6 to 7 kilowatt charger, because you're going to be parked up for an hour or two anyway. So for most cars you're collecting probably about 10%, 20% of battery in that time, maybe more. So this is pretty efficient, long as the cost is good on the app. That's another issue. I don't know what this app is, I haven't looked at it, don't know what their cost is, but it's very convenient anyway if cost isn't your issue, and just having charging at appropriate time when you're charged when parked. Don't park to charge. Hopefully next time I come back to Japan I will go and get something. I was hoping to get one of the Japanese EVs, because it's appropriate, and I think most of them would be good for road trips, probably not so good for car camping. So, but yeah, I think for a road trip it would be good. Thank you for watching, please subscribe, blah 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 blah. Yeah, those comments help, that sort of stuff. Even if you type blah 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 blah.
And walk up to the top of the mountain.
915.
Yep.
And we go to
Another top of the mountain. And back to the car park.
Bubble rock. Do you see it? Now, yes, the signage on the motorways for charging. Let's play this again. Pretty subtle, isn't it? Especially at speed. So yeah, they are there, but easy to miss. So yeah, what do you use? Well, there's this app called PlugShare. Integrates with Android Auto and CarPlay as well. That's really handy. And yeah, I'll show you a bit in a sec, but basically you select the country, put your car in, and that helps you match up. So yeah, basically upcoming clip, we're going to be stopping for lunch at Nasu Garden. So you go into that, it gives you an idea, basically a bit of a photo at the top, what sort of plugs there is. So AC J1772 in this case, that's type 1 for us Europeans. And comments from people. Hey, if you're logged in, do check in, leave a comment, even if it's just working as it should. It's really helpful when you're looking and planning to see that someone's been there recently and said this is working. equally if it's not working, even more important. Anyway, some photos. So let's swap over to the website version now, just because it's going to display a bit better on the video. So same place again. The layout's slightly different, same info of course. So yeah, plugshare.com. At the very top it's got this bit here, just what sort of plug it is. It's got the info as it's in the app, just displayed in a different way. Again, the plugs here, sometimes the station has different types of plugs, so it will then display. Let's have a look here. Perfect, this has different ones, no photo, but you'll see here it's got different plugs. It's got DC CHAdeMO and it's got a wall plug. At the top, filters, what your speed is, where you want facilities, so toilets, even free charging, few and far between here in New Zealand and also in Japan, but some places that's still a thing. Coming soon is handy for trip planning, and then obviously which plugs. So that match it up with a vehicle. You go in here and you can add a vehicle. If you're not too sure what you got because you're renting, then have a look at the door sticker on the driver's door. It usually tells you the year and the trim level, or something near enough. Doesn't have to be exact, but it really helps with planning and how far. If you're really into the whole route planning and where you want to stop, something called a better route planner is what you need. Same sort of filters, put the info in and show you on the app as well. So basically on that one, when you're in the main map, you exit out of that, go into filters. You'll see it's a different layout, but the same info again. And you can change, you can exclude certain networks if you want, charge point operators as well. And then you got vehicle, and that's where you can add a new vehicle and go there. So yeah, really handy to know. Let's get over to the site. Let's look at the video and carry on and talk about charge point operators. Yeah, another good spot. Just had lunch here, and it's also a shopping outlet sort of place. So nice to see the AC chargers here. Obviously, a slower charging, but hey, this is perfect if you're shopping or you're having lunch, that sort of thing. So you know, again, you're charging whilst you're parked anyway. You're not parking to charge and wasting your time. So absolutely perfect. Yeah, sun's kind of getting in my face a bit, so probably looking a bit weird. Whatever. And yeah, so more colours. So yeah, I'm actually going to talk about the on the point apps or charge point operators. Like most of them, you kind of got to download the app and all this, but this one I haven't actually tried to translate it. That was kind of stupid of me, but possibly you don't need the app. You can tap and pay. Keep this icon. So yeah, someone will probably correct me. Translation, there is no tap and pay. It is basically what the app accepts. I'll put the screenshot up. You can pause it if you want as Google Translation. Yeah, the rest of it's just instructions of how to plug it in your car. Most of us know that. Plenty of other videos about that one too. Maybe an idea for the future. So yeah, probably the biggest problem when you're traveling, when you're in a foreign country, is app access. Is that it's sometimes a bit of a pain, especially on Google Play for Android, that you get this geo blocking and restriction. And yeah, it's just a bit of a nuisance really, because sometimes it means you can't sort of connect in the same way. It's just really annoying. It's like you just want to pay. You just want the service. You're happy with the service. Just wish charge point operators would just realise there's no point geo blocking. Let's make it easy for people. You know, we don't have this for other fuel types. It's just silly. As long as they accept a foreign credit card. That's an issue as well, I've heard. So yeah, it's be really good to have it that you can just walk up, pay. You pay a premium for just paying straight on credit card. That's fine. Yeah, you get the app and get a discount. That's cool. More subscription. Better still. So that's probably the biggest annoyance. It's a little bit of research before. If you know roughly where you're going, what I do is have a look at PlugShare, see where places are, and that way you can have a look at the networks are. You can try and get their apps downloaded before you go on holiday. That's the best way. Get things set up. Then that way you can use them. Another thing what we've done when my partner and I be in Thailand is just to pick on 1 or 2 networks, set them up, and we just basically only charge at those networks. That's probably just simple and easy. But yeah, we've had places we've gone to a mall. I'll try and remember to put a screenshot up here. Or all the chargers in English. They say where to go or Thai and English. They say where to go and download the app. QR code on the chargers. Really good. But they geo-locked it to Thailand. Can't not so good. But that's a real shame. You know, it's a cheap place. It's a shopping mall, just like this, and it's a real shame. The chargers are a good price. So many options there for entertainment, shopping, food, all day long. Most times you're parked there for at least an hour, often 2 or 3 hours. It's just a real shame. Yeah, hopefully charge point operators kind of get their act together on that one, but this is a worldwide thing at the end of the day, and it's the same everywhere, and it's probably one of the biggest pain points. Anyway, I'll go on to the next, give you a bit more scenery of what we've done here, and I'll go on to explain why we didn't rent an EV on this trip. That's coming up after the next lot of scenery. We have a windy day today, but feeling it's so good along this river valley. This is a track that obviously not many people come along. So, kind of the usual story. There's a car park, there's a picnic area, and that's only about 100 metres apart. After that, most people don't want to carry on. So, this is where you find the best places. You know, if you're looking for peace, or maybe it's just somewhere you want to sit with no one else there. Doesn't matter. Maybe you're looking for something like battery leaves some wear fog, then yeah, easy. And the path has suddenly ended. And we're at the river. Guess I'm looking for a river. Bit of a flowy day, so hopefully volume's okay. Anyway, what I've had as the biggest annoyance for renting EVs in other countries is that when you have a look at even the main companies, like the well-known ones in every country, they often don't list them. And quite often in some locations they have secret ones. So for example, we did a trip to Halifax in Canada and they got nothing listed. It was budget route. And when we got there and got the vehicle, I asked them, oh, have you got any electrics? They're like, yeah, we have Model 3s. But we had to call that office and ask them what they had. It was not on their website at all, but anyway, Nova Scotia. So it makes it really hard. Another one was Enterprise said, oh, we got Silverados, which would have been for a group of 4 of us traveling, would have been better sized vehicle. But every location would put, whether it's the airport and the downtown and the premium pickup, all said 0 availability for the days we wanted. So again, it was a call and ask, which actually I didn't think of it. I realised afterwards. So yes, if it's in a country where language isn't the problem, then it's not hard to call. Otherwise, yeah, it's probably email, because that can be translated easier. But the other thing is cost as well. So what we found before in Thailand is the cost difference was whether you're going to drive over 600 kilometers, 400 miles. And at that point, electric started getting cheaper for charging at reasonable price public charging, which in Thailand is about 7 to 9 baht per kilowatt hour. But below that, unfortunately, it wasn't economic. And a small engine petrol car is cheaper to rent. The rental cost is almost half. And the petrol cost is so little, you're probably only going to use a tank. So, I think top half is, from memory, somewhere around 200 baht. So, yeah, it's same here in Japan as well, right? So, we started in Chiba, that's just east of Tokyo, towards Ryuokyo Airport, the one that's nowhere near the city. No one had anything listed at the airport, but there was stuff in downtown Tokyo. But one, it was heading the wrong direction. But the other part is just time. It's a very busy place to drive. It is not far in distance, but it's a long driving time. Even taking the train to get there in the first place is still going to take an hour. So, but it's not economical on time unless we were having a trip where it's say 2 or 3 weeks. So for 2 or 3 days or a long weekend, holiday weekend, it's, yeah, you got to prioritise your time. So we ended up picking up something near my friend's place, so we could basically just go and pick up the car very close by within a K or 2 and get going. And the return is going to be just as simple. But the biggest annoyance is when you first start looking, you go on the search engine and you go, you know, EV or electric vehicle, whatever phrase you use. And the country or the city. You know, EV Japan or something like that, rental. All these companies are gaming search engine. So they have somewhere on their website they'll have about it. They might have a page about, oh, we have EVs to rent. So they come up in the search. But when you go to book, not bad. 0 options. You might get a hyper. And it's just frustrating. I found the same in Puerto Rico as well. Just was a no-go. So that makes it really hard. So places like Europe, it's North America, Thailand, New Zealand to some extent, Australia, I believe is improving, but I haven't checked. You can, find stuff. Maybe not a great selection of vehicles. Some of them only have 1 or 2 vehicles. So, especially in Auckland, they only have, say, Polestar 2s or Model Is, that sort of thing. And it gets a bit limiting. And it's more focused on someone who just wants to drive electric for whatever reason. If you're looking for a certain vehicle, like, you want to do this, you want to do a camping trip, or you just want something comfortable to ride in because you're going to be driving a lot, it gets a little bit more challenging to find what you want. So, especially if you've got luggage. Search engine gaming is a big problem. And that's really annoying. I found that in many places. Premium price on electric because it's electric, or it's just a bigger vehicle than you might be getting otherwise as well. If you're a sort of person like me, it generally rents the smallest, cheapest thing you can find. You're suddenly going from a small vehicle to probably a small compact or mid-sized vehicle. And you're going up 1 or 2 of those levels in rental. And so, obviously that reflects in costs. I don't have an issue with that. But, yes, if you're going to take stuff where you can make it a car camping and you're camping out somewhere along the way, then that extra cost is probably saved from stopping at a hotel, Airbnb or whatever. So, a whole trip could be cheaper. In most places, electric is cheaper as well than buying a fossil fuel. So, if you're doing the distance, like say in Thailand it's 500 kilometers, I haven't worked it out for other countries, then you have to break even against it. Then, yeah, that's where your savings come in. Total cost of trip. But individual items now. And it can be deceptive, but look at the cost of trip. I'll spin it around, got a bit more scenery here up the river. Apart from the wind, it's actually a really nice day here. And, so yeah, get time to go find my mates. And up the river here somewhere. And I'll end the video here. I'll probably put a bit more scenery somewhere. So, it's not the usual trip video. It's not the one I intended to do. It was purely economics of it, wasn't that. And at the end of the day, that was why. But yeah, bit of a shame. But it is what it is. Alright, I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. Good, like and subscribe. Hey, comment. What's your experience of trying to rent a electric in a foreign country? What about charging networks? That's going to be another chat. What about charging networks? Access. Getting the apps loaded onto your phone because of geo restrictions. No tap and go credit cards. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier. Then, this is Woody and I went this, I say falling down the rock. Sorry, that wasn't so funny. Anyway, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Never will be social media.
From this video onwards, I've enabled the auto dubbing, so probably you can listen in your own language and it'll sound really weird like probably other YouTube videos you've watched. Yeah, like that. Exactly. So yeah, wonderful AI auto dubbing coming to all the new videos. Awesome. Yeah, exactly how we like it. That is good. Anyway, I'm making the mockery of it now.